G'day, g'day, comrade subscribers. So, we've had some on and off weather here. It's one of those on-off days today. So, what on our Watson's Electricity House thermometer with the 4-digit phone number, it is, can I get it right there? I can't really see that. What's that? It's about, what, 17, 18? Not wearing glasses. So, slowly getting warmer. Anyway, so for the Schneider, we had some good days. So I've completely stripped it, completely cleaned it, motherboard and everything. So before I put it back together, I thought just try and do a bit of modernisation. So this is one of those transition boards where we've got, comes with a 40007 gate array, but it's got space for a 40010. So I'll desolder these holes and put a socket in so that a 40010 can go in easily. And I think I'll replace this with a modern version, the V-Retro version as well, so we don't need the heatsink. And the only other thing I guess is just desolder the ROM so I can upgrade it to a... Normally I do a 6128. I've got 6128 ROM handy, but I'm thinking maybe a 664 ROM. Anyway, do these bits first and do that, then we'll get it all back together. Before we go, so this is the 40007. Got the way they install it. They've got that underneath like that. And then they've got this cheapo bit of aluminium on top. It goes like that actually. Ugh, very messy. So I'll clean that up and keep that as a spare. Ugh. Okay, so it's done. I've got Charlie's replacement 40007 in, and I've got a socket in for 40010 if required. So let's power on. 1, 2, 3, third one. Is it third one? There we go. And see if it's working. There we go, still working. Okay, so let's replace the ROM now. Oh, getting there. Got the original ROM off, and here's one I made up earlier. So it is the 6128 ROM. I haven't had any problems. So I have one other thing I have done is made it switchable. So I think pin 1 is floating at the moment. Yeah, pin 1's not connected to anything. So you can connect that to a switch and either make it high or low to select between, I think, so this is a 32K ROM. Yeah, 16K for OS, 16K for BASIC. So it's 32K. So you can fit a 64K ROM in here and have the original 464 BASIC 1.0 or switch between this. So yeah, because I think pin 1. So at the moment, this one, sometimes it's connected to ground, and this one it's not connected to anything. So let's put a socket on. Oh, I want to get rid of the ceramic as well. Put a socket on, and then give it a try. Right, so hopefully the board is ready. Everything's done. So I can power on right now. Schneider 64K microcomputer version 3, BASIC 1.1. So I actually patched this. So it did say 128K because obviously it was for the 6128, but I patched it back to 64K because that RAM amount is hard coded. It doesn't actually know how much RAM it's got. Yeah, okay, so the board looks good. I'm happy with that. Now I've just got to power that off. Just got to tidy up the Datacorder, and we can put it all back together. Okay, for the Datacorder, the data set, so as you can see, I've already taken off the keys along here, so I'll given all this a bit of a wash, just need to give it a lube. Obviously, you've got to be very, very careful of these tiny little springs. So there should be 3 little springs on the underside. So you don't want to lose them. Anyway, we'll come to that later. So on this one here, I bring the light over. You can see we've got the usual tape residue, tape oxide on the pinch roller there. So I'll give that a clean up with some IPA. Otherwise, the heads look pretty clean. There's not too much dust in here, but I'll give it a little bit of a clean. For the belts, so I can replace the counter belt. The belts are working, but well, they are 40 years old, so I can replace them. I usually replace them with these ones from CPC.co.uk. So this one here, AV belt 74 for the counter, and AV belt 111 for the main belt. So I'll give all that a good clean, and then get everything back together. Okay, so I think the pinch roller, it's pretty, it's a lot cleaner than it was, and the cotton buds are much dirtier than they were. So I think that's pretty much done. Change the belts. So obviously the counter belt's pretty easy. Just pull this off and off it comes. And I think the main belt is a little bit more difficult. Just trying to find... Yeah, I think there is some way of getting it off without unscrewing everything. I'm not sure. I might have to unscrew something, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll swap it out. Okay, so for the main belt, I think what I've done before is I've undone this screw here and taken... So this is the one that holds the lid of the cassette recorder closed. I think that goes back and it pops open. So I think I might have undone that screw and then that could come off. You can see it comes off pretty easily there. Comes off easily there, it just goes... Anyway, so then it's just a matter of getting it under. Well, of course you can cut it, but that doesn't help you putting on the new one. So I think it's that one there. Okay, I'm not saying it's the best way to do it. So that's come off, and this is now obviously, well, not obviously, but it is movable now. So I'm not saying that this is the best way to do it. This is just the way I'm doing it. Obviously you've got to be very careful of that spring there as well. Don't do anything too quickly. So what we want to do is get this belt out. So I think maybe undo that screw up there as well. Maybe, not too much though. So that's a bit of wiggle room there. Still very conscious of that. I wonder if it's worth actually maybe taking that spring off carefully, so it doesn't go flying everywhere. Carefully, I said. Well, you know what I'm doing, so very carefully take the spring off. Okay. I just want to just get it not doing too much. A little bit. There. Okay, there we go. So that one's alt. Get the new one in. So. Alright, so it's back under there, so get it all back together first and then I'll worry about getting the belt in. So it kind of went in like that. Okay, and that's come off. So that went under there. Like so. That clip over like that, and there was, that thing was there. Okay, yep, and then the screw went in there, and then that tightened up there. Make sense? Right. So that should be good. Springs back on, that's tightened back down again, and the belt is running. Done. So this replacement belt here is a bit thicker, so then this is the original here, pretty thin, but it does the job. Okay, just got the keys to put back on. Right, get the keys back on. So I'm going to just use some dry PTFE just on the bar here. And then, let's see, got pause on, let's pause. So pause goes on first. What's the best way of doing this? Actually, I want to start from that side, don't I? So that's record. So record goes in. I assume is it play next to it? Play. Back to front, of course. So it's worth taking all these off because you normally get quite a bit of dust in between these as well. Rewind and fast forward. Okay, fast forwards and stop eject, and then pause. Actually, is that the right way to do it? No, I've got it on the wrong way. Fungula. So, yes, this end with the notch that goes through. Silly Billy. These are all done anyway. Just seeing if any of you guys are on the ball. Okay, through the end hole, and then a tiny little clip. I don't know what this one's called, a C-clip I guess, I don't know. No doubt someone will tell me. Don't lose it when you take it off. So that just goes on the end, so that's going to be a bit of fiddling around, maybe. Certainly can't do it with my fingers. The flesh is soft and weak. There we go. Okay, so we're all back on. Got a bit of lubrication on there. So now on the underneath, that's where we got our little springs that we need to put back on. So I think they go, yeah, so they hook onto there and then either side. So I guess they go like that, don't they? Yeah, like that. Let me do one. I'm not going to film it. Okay, all I can do is urge you to extreme caution, because these things, they like to fly. So what I've done is I've just put it back onto its little holder here, and that should hopefully be enough so that if I miss it, it doesn't go flying. Yeah, I know there's probably some easy way of doing this, and I'm not doing it the easy way, so this is probably frustrating you no end. Just get it under, and then this other one, otherwise I'll be back to the start again. I think, was that it? Was that the way they were? I think that was, wasn't it? So like a kind of spring back. I think that's the way they were. And then just repeat for the other two very carefully. Yep, alright, getting there. Okay, done. And I have to admit, I did lose this one, but I found it on the floor, thank God. So I think we are ready to put it back together. Let's get the case and put it all back together. Actually, before I put it back together, I might replace this boring red LED with a green one. I think I might go for green. So, because the trick with this one is to make sure you've got the right height, because this is pushed in and then glued in before the keyboard goes in. So I could measure. Sorry for the close up of my fingernails. So I could just measure that, or I thought what I might do is just desolder that and then just put this in loose and then put it into the case and then push it forward, as far forward as it'll go, so it's against the top of the case, and then solder it in like that. So yes, I know I should probably customize the resistor for this one, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So negative, I think is the negative is the shorter leg and the one there, so that means I want to put it in that way, I think. Positive on the right. Yeah, positive on the right, negative on the left. Positive is always the longer leg. So I'll do that and then we'll be able to get it back together. Of course, one of the important things is make sure you put everything back together in the right order. So this is, obviously I've pulled all this off as well to give it a clean, or as much as I could do. Put it back in. Yeah, because we've got the little spring here. So here I'm putting all the switches back in, and I should have put this in first. So let me just take the switches back out. The earthing wire. I'll just take that out. I'll get the speaker out as well. Put this back in first. Up like that. Get that in like that. There we go. Then that goes in that hole there. Goes in that hole there. And then the spring comes across. Okay, now I can get the cassette mechanism in. All the bits of metal that are stuck to the speaker. All right, and I shall continue. Almost done. So, Datacorder's in, the little green power LED's in, and I've soldered it in. So now I just need to put a bit of hot glue on either side to hold it in place. Then I can put the nice clean keyboard. Look at that, nice and clean. Looks good. So I can put that in and then give it a go. And there we go. Looking much better than it was, I think. I like to put Armour All on the case. Just makes it come up a bit nicer, I think. You know, Armour All, like that stuff that you use in your car. Whoop. Need to sort out. Oh, okay. I have to sort that out. Don't know what I've done there. Looks like I've got the reset button stuck. That's a minor thing. I can get that sorted out. But let's give it a proper test now. Okay, I've got the diagnostic ROM in, and we'll try a tape as well. So Combat Lynx was one of my favourite games. I could play this for hours. The trick is, does it have instructions in the back? No. The trick is you've got three bases, base 1, 2 and 3. Base 1 has got infinite supplies, whereas base 2 and 3 don't. So what I do is I always pull the troops from base 2 and 3 back to base 1. I think there's like 10 soldiers in each base. So I bring them all back to base 1 and then just don't worry about base 2 and 3. And then I just mine all the area around base 1. And I just keep mining the area, mining it. Yeah, you can play that for hours. Anyway, so let's start recording. Okay, power on. Okay, ooh, very good. So lower RAM is very good. Well, there's only lower RAM. Unknown CPC because I've changed the ROM. Okay, so we'll do the lower RAM test again. No, that's all good. Okay, ROM. What's it going to say about ROM? Can't access system, lower ROM. Okay, so I'm running that external. Actually, I could have stuck that in. It doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, there is no other ROMs. Okay. Soak test. Oh, upper ROM passed. Okay, fair enough. Keyboard, joystick, right. Keyboard test, don't need to worry about that. Soak test. What does that do? It just keeps going through, does it? Soak iteration. Alright, we don't need to worry about that. Reset button. Ah, I want to power off actually, don't I? So I can pull this out. Power back on. Okay. Press play. Then we'll give this a go. And then hopefully my DDI5 still works. You can try Pirates, because Pirates only supposed to work on a 6128. Okay, we'll be back. I remember this. £100 reward. Well, my cassette is blue. So mine's all official. Okay, now I never saw this in colour. I played this in green, monochrome. Skill level 1 to 4. I don't know which. K, J, D, L or S. Skill 1 to 4, K, J, D, what the? K, J. What the hell does all that mean? Skill level 4 initializing. I'm not going to play it, don't worry, I'm not going to play this now. I can't remember how to fly and everything. I think it was these ones. Turn around. Go up. You need to look. Ooh. You need to select your weapons. Switching the guns. Oh, okay, that's my ground weapon. How did I slow down? What was slowing down? I took off without any weapons. There's the map. Oh, okay. Oh man, I spent hours playing this game. It was a really good game. I quite liked it. Oh, there's a tank, enemy tank up there. If only I knew how to slow down. Anyway, that was that. Good game. I might do a playthrough. I'm thinking of starting up another channel of playthroughs. So, all right, I need to find a USB stick with some games on it. Right, final test. Zaxon's DDI5. Unfortunately, no pass through, so I can't whack the diagnostics on as well. 512K floppy drive interface, also flash floppy interface. So that goes onto here. Okay, and start recording and power on. So I want to try Pirates. So Pirates famously was 6128 only. Wouldn't run on a 464 even with a memory upgrade. Alright, so I think pick.bas, maybe pick. Alright. Seeking. Joystick, keyboard. I should do joystick, but I've got to get one out. Alright, let's see how this goes. Reading a lot of data. So this is Microprose Pirates, which then became known as Sid Meier's Pirates. Still loading. I just noticed my power LED isn't. I'm pretty sure I put it in the right way round. God damn it. I have to. Oh well. So I need to fix my counter anyway, so I don't know if I can just pull that counter. Alright, still loading. No, I need to check that. Alright. Okay, so welcome to Pirates. Return with us to the golden age of buccaneering on the Spanish Main. Do you wish to? Command. All right. So basically, because I've tried this before. What's fire? All right, that did something. Do you wish to select a special? There's some key over here. Oh, okay, small enter. Are you an English buccaneer? France Dutch. Let's do English. What is your name? Apprentice. Oh, jeez. All right. Don't worry, I'm not playing this one either. I'm just making sure it works. Okay. Okay. All right. I didn't even read that. All right. Okay. Just want to make sure it still loads. There we go. Huh? What? Yeah, so basically it works on a 464. All right. Let me just reset that. Adrian showed me this great conversion. I can't remember what it was though. But I think that's enough. That's enough. That's enough for this video. We'll have a look at that next time. But yeah, there we go. It's I'm quite happy with this. It's definitely a keeper. Yeah, I'll have it out more once I fix the power LED. Can't believe I screwed that up. Okay, bye for now.